Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hi, hey guys. I just spent the last 30 minutes recording something that randomly stopped recording and I didn't notice. I was reading to you guys from Daniel Scranton's message from today. So you could go to YouTube and look up Daniel Scranton, Scranton. He channels the Arcturian group or the Arcturian Council. I'm going to paraphrase the message because it's on this phone that I'm holding and it won't let me record it simultaneously while looking at another app. So annoying. But basically he's saying that if you're hearing this message, if you've come this far and you're listening to these messages from the ascension that we're all going through, you no longer need rites or rituals or crystals. You don't need to seek outward help. You don't need a healer anymore. You don't need anybody outside of yourself. This is the time you have to take responsibility. This is the time you have to recognize yourself as God. When you say I or I am, you need to be careful what comes after that. I mean, even Reverend Ike will tell you that. The name of God, according to the Bible, is I am. And when you say things like I am sick, I am this, I'm broke, I am lonely, I'm whatever. I'm guilty of this. Yesterday I just said I am sick. I should have said I am healthy in my divine infinite self. My body's experiencing last of the 3D programming, but I am healthy. I am infinite health. I am infinite wealth. And that's how we should be thinking of it from now on. It doesn't mean you can't go visit your favorite healer or hold your favorite crystal, but you have to understand that any energies outside of yourself are not you. You know, they can't help awaken you to something that you already have realized. There's only one, and we're pretending we're billions, but there's only one of us. I am you, you are me, we are one. There's only one. So I'm not going to try to recreate and paraphrase the whole darned message. It was like 30 minutes. But maybe I just needed to read it for myself. I read it to myself silently, and then I read it out loud to you guys, and then I lost the recording. So it's just, for the best, I guess. All in divine timing, always. So the Schumann Resonance, guys, today, here's the notes. At 12:30 UTC, the scientist writes, the activity is slightly diminished, but not finished. In the last 12 hours, two fairly significant peaks stand out. The first just after yesterday's 21 UTC that reached almost 40 hertz. The second at 5:30 UTC today, which reached around 47 hertz. That was in the morning. Okay, and then at 1700 UTC time, it says, after the two peaks previously reported, it would seem that the resonance has finally returned to a state of calm. Difficult, if not impossible, to make predictions, but there is a latent feeling that we will see strong movements shortly. Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm quite agreeing with this. I think that it is very, very likely, very probable that we're just going to see a lot of activity that's not going to be scientifically predictable. But I know we're going to see a lot more 40 and 50 and more hertz. Remember last month on the 17th, it was like, what was it, 159 or something hertz? It was very, very high up there. 189 maybe. It's pretty cool. Actually, I was like super excited about it because what? There's been on YouTube, when I scroll down through my feed, and most of the people that I subscribe to are spiritual light workers like me. And everyone has a different part and role that they play. And some people are now learning about grids. And so they're starting to do things about grids, which is funny because I did 2 episodes on grids back in January, and I've been working with grids for a couple years. So some people are like, oh, the word grids keep coming up. I'm like, that's funny, right? Everyone's getting what they need. Everyone's getting the information, what they need. But people keep mentioning rainbows, and I keep seeing rainbows. I've seen, in the past 4 days, I've seen 4 rainbows. It rains here almost every single day in Ecuador. I mean, usually it's 10 minutes and then it's over. And this is a rainy season, so we get 1 hour of rain a day. Más o menos, more or less. I mean, sometimes it's raining all day long. It rains so much that our little creek became a creek, and now it's a straight up river. And the main river is a lot bigger. And but there's a lot more joy in nature. When I walk outside, I noticed, was it yesterday or the day before? I was walking outside and I acknowledged. I said, hi river, hi sky, hi clouds, hi to the trees and each blade of grass. And I just felt this resonant feeling of, she recognized us, thank God. And there was this connection, more than I ever felt before. I've always felt a connection, but I still felt a separation, and now I don't feel the separation. When I wash my hands, I thank the nature spirits. When I light a candle, I thank the nature spirits. When I burn a tortilla on the gas stove for a snack, I thank the fire spirits that allowed that to be. I thank the food spirits. I went back to eating meat. I wasn't feeling like only vegetables and fruit were serving me anymore. And even when I ate rice, I was just feeling blech. Rice is not making me feel good. I don't think it's good. Not for me. Not always. Too many carbs just don't make me feel good. So, now I'm eating higher protein and vegetables, and I'm feeling better. And to be honest, you guys, I told you about a month ago, I started drinking Jell-O. Like my higher self said, for the next 6 months, we want you to drink Jell-O every night, like tea. Like, it's really weird. I'm like, is the sugar going to hurt me? And I looked it up and it was like, no, it helps diabetes. So don't worry about it. I'm like, that's really, really weird. And it had like a huge list of things that helps. Well, I don't know if it's that or because we hit the 5th dimension or because I started taking magnesium supplements or what. I was thinking it's time to start dyeing my hair. I have to cut and dye my hair again. Because, vanity, thy name is woman. I thought, well, maybe it's time. My white roots might be showing. My hair's growing out white now. Well, it was. And now my hair is back to its original color. It's growing out its original color. It's really cool. Now on the sides, it's a little bit white, but it's like reversing the aging in my cells. And in Daniel Scranton's message, it says, it's time to tell your cells, okay, cells, it's time to reverse and stop aging and stop disease and stop anything from the 3D world because we're no longer there. We are no longer there. Toto, we are not in Kansas anymore. It's pretty cool. Speaking of Toto, I saw 4 dogs running down the street today. I thought that was a good sign. I don't know why. They were all redheads like me. They had the same exact hair color as me. That was another weird thing. But yeah, I reported a couple months ago that while I was just sitting here by myself, kind of meditating in my living room, I felt an injection happening in the back of my skull, in the base of my skull. And I had like a scab there for a few days after. So I knew it was real. It's just, I keep getting these little, even on since I reported it yesterday, I've gotten, 4 now. I'm looking at my wrist. There's a 4th one right now. 4 on my left arm now. I've been injected with something. I don't know what they're doing to me. But when I felt them consciously inject something in the base of my skull, and I felt them standing in the room. Couldn't see them. They're from another dimension. but yet it felt physical. And then I had a scab, which was physical, so it was very freaky. And I asked them, what are you guys doing? And they said, we're injecting you with liquid rainbow light crystals. I'm like, what? And they're like crystals, but they're liquid. And each crystal it contains the rainbow light waves. I'm like, okay. I have no idea what the hell that means. Taste the rainbow. It's the Skittles, people. The Skittle aliens are coming. Great. Like I need to be more gay than I already am. You guys know internally I'm more like a gay man than I am a woman. Oh, my sense of humor is for sure like a teenage gay boy who wants to cause trouble and be a crazy wisdom Heyoka lightning shaman. But it's very strange. It's very, very strange. And I've seen 4 rainbows. And this last rainbow I saw, I was standing in my bedroom. I looked out the window and God told me, hey, go look out the window. I'm like, all right. I opened the curtains and I was like, oh man, cool. Another rainbow. And God said, this time you need to absorb it into your body. And I'm like, oh my God, God has sent me 4 rainbows and I didn't ask what to do with the energy of it. Apparently, you guys, when you are sent a rainbow, this is a message God wanted me to tell you, is that you're supposed to absorb that into your being and claim that energy as your own. It's pure light, separated into color, but yet together. Kind of like all of humanity, eh? It's one thing, but it has 7 different aspects to it, and you're supposed to absorb it into your body. And God said the easiest way is just to absorb it directly into your heart chakra, and your heart chakra will distribute the colors to all the different chakras where that energy, the rainbow, needs to be. And it's a good meditative practice to breathe the whole thing into your body while the rainbow exists in the sky. So, or as long as you can. And don't worry, it's like Lay's potato chips, crunch all you want, we'll make more. There's always going to be more rainbows. There's always going to be enough rainbow energy for all the people around you. If they're all doing the same thing, it's okay. The energy is going to be there until it's not anymore necessary or needed in that space. So that was a fun message I got today from the One Will, the Great Divine. Now, yesterday I asked him what was supposed to be this show for tonight. And he said, you're going to be channeling. And I asked who? And at first he said the Council of 9, who I've never channeled before. And then he said Mahavatar Babaji. But I sat down tonight and I asked, okay, God, am I supposed to channel them? And for both of those, the answer right now today was no. I go, oh, well, who wants to come through? I'm going to write a list of all the entities I need to contact before I begin the show. And God said, Goddess Aphrodite. I'm like, oh, who else? He said, that's it. So I'm going to be having a fun channeling conversation with Goddess Aphrodite tonight. And because my first 30-minute opener actually deleted itself, and now I'm recording this at, it's 1:42 at the moment. I'm recording this so late that it's going to be out a little bit late, so my apologies. I know that I do have one person who within 30 minutes every time downloads my stuff, so I wanted to apologize to you specifically. Everyone else tends to hear my stuff the very next day or 2 days later, so the one person that listens to my stuff right away, I'm trying my best, honey, to get it out on time, and it is what it is. But anyway, my banner went up on witchschool.com. They gave me a month free, so I have 7 months that my banner will be on witchschool.com, so you could go check it out. It just leads you right back to my show. So if you're here, you don't really need to see the banner, but I'm just pretty kind of proud of it. It's pretty. So anyway, I'm going to come right back after this message, and we're going to talk to you guys about twin flames and love relationships with the goddess Aphrodite after this message. Hey you, have you ever thought about having your own podcast like me? Was it even a New Year's resolution? For me, it sure was. But as I've been looking into this for months, I was daunted. There's so many questions I had. When I was trying to get this off the ground, I was wondering, how do I record the episode? How do I get it across all the platforms? How do I get my podcast on Apple Podcasts when I don't even have an iPhone? How do I get it onto Spotify and all the other places? How do I get people to listen? And how do I make money from my podcast? How do I edit it? Oh my God, I had all these questions and I was so confused until I discovered the simple answer is Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and it is ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you could get paid to podcast. All you need to do is record it. You don't have to go out and look for people to advertise on your show. They help you. So basically what I like about podcasting is I don't have to have a video of myself. You don't know if my hair is dirty or if I'm still in my pajamas or even if I'm wearing makeup. Haha. And it's so easy. I could do this from the comfort of my own home in my living room using this amazing app right from my cell phone. So easy, right? So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money, by the way, doing it, please go to anchor.fm/start. That is anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters that are already using Anchor. Again, that's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast and I can't wait to favorite you. Woohoo! Let's be broadcast podcast buddies. I'll see you there. I am sitting here with the goddess Aphrodite, and as you guys know, the way that I channel is I don't allow spirits to take over my body, but rather I connect with them on a deep level, on a heart level, which is easy to do with the lovely goddess Aphrodite. She represents everything to do with sexuality, love, desire, relationships, and all forms and manners of love. She is depicted oftentimes as coming out of the ocean on a clamshell, being born, she's naked. She has long red hair, the same color as mine. So I relate to her. And she's covering her boobs up with her hair. My hair is long enough to do that too, so I really relate to her in some ways. Plus the whole mermaid. The whole mermaid energy. I'm done being an adult. Let's be mermaids. So, all right. Goddess Aphrodite, you're with me? Yes. She's like, yes, my child, I am here. All right. So I will hear her telepathically give answers. I don't physically see her. When I close my eyes, sometimes I might get glimpses. But this is what, it's just pretty much how I do it. So hopefully I will have good information for you guys. Goddess Aphrodite, we're going to talk about twin flames and love relationships today. Is that correct? That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, great. Well, my first question for you is, how can we know when it's true love? You must connect to the divine spirit within you and look at the radiation of love and light coming from that person. If it feels like it's being poured to you as if light from a sun, then that is the true love from the one. Okay, can you be a little more specific? When you get past the physical stuff, the hormones, the rushes of energy, the shallow emotions of, ooh, he's here, ooh, she's there, type of feeling, and you settle energetically in a bound time and space together, and you can take a breath with each other. It is in the moment when your breaths become one, your lights and hearts become one, and your heart light becomes one with the other person. When you are beating to the beat, when you're dancing to the beat of the same drum, I think is what she's trying to say. When you're dancing to the beat of the same drummer, you're hearing the same music and your hearts start to resonate in the spheres. Music is created in the upper regions or the upper dimensions and the upper atmospheres that surround you. And a harmony is created where you not only fulfill the end of each other's sentences, but you fulfill the desires in the hearts of another before the question is even asked. She's showing me now, when I was married for 13 years, before I would bring my husband tea at night, I would see him start to put a blanket on or put a sweatshirt on, and we were sitting down to watch, usually Frasier. We'd like meditate and then would smoke weed and watch Frasier's like our nightly thing. And I would always see him looking like he's getting a little cold. So I would go and I'd go and make him some hot tea and bring it to him before he ever even asked. I anticipated his needs. So that was the scenario that goddess Aphrodite just showed me. So it was a very sweet and simple example. So I'm working it back to her. Okay, goddess, I'm back. I understand what you mean. Yes, that's exactly it. When you anticipate the needs of your beloved, and you make a conscious effort to know them, know their energy field, know their passions, desires, even on the tiniest scale. Maybe they want to be brought a yellow flower today. Maybe you see a feather in the street and it reminds you of them, maybe because they were thinking that they want you to lift them up today and give them wings to fly. You have to be consciously aware of the micro interactions, not only between you and that person, but between your energy field and their energy field. And you have to understand everything that nurtures your relationship is like micronutrients in your environment. Maybe it's time to take a walk and you will see that rainbow. You will see those puffy white clouds on a blue sky canvas. Or maybe at sunset, that becomes a purple sky canvas with pink and peaches, colors of peach thrown throughout. And now she's telling me, my son told me that yesterday he was taking a walk and he saw the sky was a pale green. He had never seen a pale green like that. The whole sky, just for about a minute, was a really beautiful hue. of like a pale emerald green. And he came home saying, Mom, it was really beautiful. It was probably moments before I took pictures of the sky, and it was absolutely golden. And I don't mean just a typical sunset color, gold or yellow or orange, but I mean, I've never in my life seen the sky this color, and it was gold and white and glorious. And every couple seconds, the whole sky had changed again, but yet it was still that same golden color. And it was like so intense and powerful and majestic. I can't say anything other than it was majestic or exquisite. It was I've never seen anything like it. It was incredible. I put some pictures on. I took pictures, but still didn't do it justice. Can never do it justice than when you're in person, feeling and absorbing the energy of it. You know, a picture that you see later, it still has a little bit of the energy. It never is the same. All right, so Goddess Aphrodite, how do we make a love that we believe to be true, once we know it's true, how do we make that love and that relationship last? Oh, my child, you just have to be in tune with that other person, your beloved. When you begin to live as one, you understand their needs as your own, and they understand your needs as their own. And then there is no needs outside of you. It's just the coupling of the hearts, linked as in a chain, linked to itself, like in a gold chain. It's just one link after another after another. That's how we all are as humanity. That's how you all are as humanity. But we are all linked together. We're like one golden necklace. We're like a golden chain. One link will affect the others. If one link breaks, we're all affected. So you have to think of your beloved as the strongest link. You are the strongest link you could be, and you help them to be the strongest link they can be, so that nothing is ever broken. Wow, that's really profound, Goddess Aphrodite. Wow, I love that. I don't have another question. Those are the only two questions. I did actually want to ask you about twin flames. Most of the people that were going to be together with their twin flames, it seems, on the planet have already gotten together with them. I have a couple friends that have not gotten together with their twin flames. One person knows who their twin is, but they're married. And I'm single, and I haven't met mine yet, although I think I know maybe who he is. And my friend doesn't have a clue who his is, but he knows that she's coming to him. So is it true that all the twins that were ever going to get together have already done so, and the rest of us are just SOL? Are we shit out of luck? Or is our true twin flame still coming? Are a lot of us not connected yet? That's my question. Very well. I will attempt to answer your question in a way that suits you, but also is reality. You have never been separated from your twin flame. Perhaps physically you pretended you were an individual in a body, but we all are one. We've never been separate. But as you insist on and persist in this grand illusion and delusion of having separateness, even though you're waking up to your oneness with all life, I will attempt to address the coming together of the twin flames in a love relationship situation, as well as in a situation in which you're coming together for the purpose of benefiting humanity, to becoming one in order to serve, which doesn't always mean sexually or in a relationship or well, of the light, what you'd said in your last twin flame message. Okay, Goddess. So tell me, how many people on the planet have not gotten together with their twin, but will come together physically with them soon? So are you saying in the next 7 years? Yes, okay. She's saying in the next 7 years. You're saying 33? So really, that's true? So she's saying this 33% of the twin flames have not yet gotten together. There's still time. It's still happening. Those that get together in the fifth dimension have yet a higher calling than those who have gotten together in the third dimension. The reason for the twin flames to be together in the third dimension before was so that the ascension can take place while they serve humanity with their collective energies and their spirits. The people who have yet to come together with their twin flames have embodied already the divine masculine and the divine feminine within themselves. Yes, indeed. Oh, indeed, they've become more androgynous. Yes, they have become a greater, grander version of themselves. And as their twin comes to them, yet a higher purpose will they serve. So do not worry, little ones. She says little ones. She thinks of us as like her students, sometimes children. Because she's been around for so long, and a lot of us are just waking up, so we're like babies. We're neophytes. So, okay, yes, Goddess. So, little ones, do not fret or worry. Just be grateful in the knowledge that you've become more of who you are and who you were meant to be. And the more you can be whole in and of yourself, the faster you'll bring about the relationship of your twin flame. But don't rush it. Don't try to rush it. And don't try to wake up the other person. And don't try to make it happen in a hurry. Because when you do that, you force them into a situation in which they're uncomfortable. And even if they do come to you racing at the speed of light, they might not yet be ready to be in a relationship with you. And if they're not ready and you force it, that's when you create the twin flame runner that so many people have talked about. When you'll get together and then it gets too intense for the person who wasn't ready, and then they take off running like a goat out of the gate, she says. And it's a little bit hilarious for the gods and goddesses to watch this because they see all and they know what's happening, and it's hilarious. But at the same time, it could create a great deal of pain. It could create a great deal of guilt for the person leaving and running. And it can create a great deal of sorrow and sadness and beating oneself up and wondering, where did I go wrong? And what did I say? What did I do? Was it me? Do I smell? I'm just kidding. I added that last part. Was it me? Was it you? Was it me? Was it you? Was it you? It's definitely you. It's got to be you. Just kidding. She said, so don't rush it. Don't rush it. Maybe you're 100% ready if you know your heart is clear and your past life karma has been cleared up and your emotional body is clear, ready to receive the greatest, deepest depths of love your heart can imagine and conceive. Maybe it's the other one. You just got to send them love, healing. Let their heart know through your heart you're ready when they are. Come to you on their own terms. You can never control another person, lest you yourself become controlled as well. If you put a false time frame on anything, that's going to lead to more disaster. That's the last thing you need, right? So take a day on the days that you feel sad or frustrated or so alone. Realize I am there with you, my child. I am always with you, here guiding you and helping you to fulfill your greatest love dreams. I am the goddess of love, after all. I am goddess Aphrodite. Some of you may call me Venus. But it doesn't matter what you call me. I am still here, the goddess of love, loving you and bringing to you your most divine, perfect love partner. For a lot of you, that's just your soulmate. It's okay. Not everyone's going to meet up with a twin. Having a twin relationship is very rough. It's very difficult because it's a path that does not lead to living behind closed doors in a house and no one knows what's happening. When you are a twin, you are out front and center. You are a prime example of how love should go, what love should be, how relationships can be a higher octave of the one will. They're hard because you become in front and center stage. Even if it's not on TV or in movies or on the telly, as some of you call it, sometimes these relationships will be forefront in their community and everyone will know. And then they be all up in your business, she says and laughs. She says she likes to talk in a lot of colloquialisms and idioms because she wants everyone to understand from every possible aspect of understanding. She says, yes, that's right. And she says sometimes language can get right to the heart of the matter really quick. If you use today's colloquialisms, they're fast. Gets to the heart of the understanding quicker. But she says, yes, believe you me, if you are a twin flame and you're a light worker and you're working on yourself so hard and you're in the first or the second waves, even if you're a third waver, and then your twin comes to you, everyone in your, if you're in church, everyone in your church group, if you're in a little town, everyone in your town, everyone that knows you, even if people don't know you, their heads are going to turn and look right at you. The energy of the twin flame relationship burns so brightly. It's hotter than magnesium, baby. It's hot. It's bright. That love is so intense that it almost will burn the eyes of those that have the gift of second sight. It's so intense that people will look as if moths to a flame. They will look at you. You're going to feel conspicuous, believe you me. You're going to feel it. Because it's that brightness and that lightness that is reminiscent of God, the spirit of the one true will that we all are collectively, the best of the best, the cream that rose to the top. And then she giggles. Okay. So, what do we do in the meantime? You started to say, Goddess, when you start to feel the sadness and sorrow of not being with your one true love, take note of the beauty around you, the flowers, the trees, the song of the bumblebees. Do what you please. Get out your paint or your crayons and create art that comes from your heart. Make a brand new start each and every day. Make an effort for yourself. Love yourself in the way you wish your twin to love you. Make the tea for yourself. Make a big breakfast for yourself. Treat yourself to a walk or a facial or a spa day. If you're a man, go out with the boys. Go out with your guy friends. Understand what love between friends, friendship love. Start to understand the meaning of that. And each and every one of you understand that there's so many different kinds of love out there in the world. And now that you've reached the fifth dimension, these loves are going to drop the dual nature. All the fear is going away. You might start to notice men don't have any qualms about hugging other men. The idea of showing affection for one another in a sweet and loving friendship way, it's not going to be as foreign as it used to be just a few short years ago. Men are becoming softer, more well-rounded, more fluffy inside their hearts. Their hearts have been pierced, and light is shining through as if pillars or columns of light in every direction is shining through the hearts of not only women, but also men. Men need more support. Men need a lot of support these days. They're dropping their fears and they feel vulnerable. This is not to be sexist. It's just that the divine masculine and the divine feminine in each and every one of your bodies have come into play. They have found each other. You are no longer expressing only male or female roles. You are no longer expressing only female or male energies. Have you not noticed that more transgender people exist as people are coming into contact with both their female and male forms? And they're deciding and determining, and how wonderful they get to do this. They get to understand whether or not they wish to be male or female. How wonderful you live in a world that they can change their bodies to reflect who they are on the inside. And many transgenders have started to realize that they are both. Whereas before, a male would become a female or a female would become a male, now they become a them. And pronouns are at the forefront, and it's important to recognize and respect when somebody understands their true divine nature as having all aspects of gender inside. The twins that are you inside are coming together, and you're drawing to yourself your twin flames. But this is not to say that soulmates are least or less than, because some of your soulmates decided to be there with you. If you're not a twin flame incarnate, your soulmates have decided to come and hold your hand and walk through the gate of heaven and to live a beautiful, happy life. You might have noticed that maybe your physical body has become healthier, or maybe you felt a little bit of an illness lately. That's to be expected, because it's the last remnants of all your lifetimes accumulated, all your Akash accumulated, all of your DNA past accumulated. And it's just the little bits of resin, just the little bits of, shall we say, dirt on a seashell, and you're going to rinse it off. You're just rinsing it off. You're polishing yourself right now. So if you do feel sick, don't feel afraid. Don't feel guilty about going to the doctor or taking medicine right now. But never say, I am sick, because you are not. You are God. Say, I am God, I am healthy. She's referring back to what I told you guys in the first half of the show. So she's resonating with what I said. So she's showing me that. So take a deep breath always, each and every day. Feel the sun on your face. Let the angel kisses come. Let the special magnetic feeling of the sunlight pour onto your countenance. You don't have to stand in the sun for an hour, but give yourself a couple minutes every day to experience the fresh joy, the fresh love that the sun brings to you every day. Allow yourself to absorb the energy of love from nature. Breathe in the fresh breath that the eucalyptus trees put out, or whatever trees happen to be near you, be they aspen or pine or apple or golden lemon. Whatever the trees are that are around you, they put out oxygen. They do this with love. They know they're there to give humans oxygen to breathe. Breathe in the scent of the orange blossoms and the cherry blossoms on the trees as spring comes into new. It renews your soul and your spirit, and that love is always yours to take and also to share with others. Pay it forward. Pay the love that you receive forward. Not only to the object of your affection and desire in a relationship form, but also pay attention to all those around you. There might be a cat on the street that needs to have a little pet on the head, or a little dog might need a little treat or help finding his way home. Maybe a little old lady needs you to carry her bags across the street. And we've given you this example before. She says it's an oldie, but a goodie. No pun intended. Oldie. She says sometimes little kids need support, little babies that cry. They need a little bit of extra support and love. They don't really understand what's happening yet. They haven't awakened to everything that is them yet. A lot of them will be waking up in the fifth dimension. They'll be wondering, what happened? Weren't they third dimensional beings when they first got here? Wait, what happened? A lot of babies are going to be born now. Not just because there's a lot more love in the air, not just because it's just spring, but a lot of babies are going to be born now into the fifth dimension. That will help anchor us all. Won't that be lovely? So when you see new babies coming up in the next year or 2 or 3, make sure you welcome them to the world, the fifth dimensional world. Anchor it in yourself. When you go to ground yourself to the fifth dimension. Ground yourself into the light. Your one true love is coming, but you have to realize that you are your one true love. God is always there in all his and her aspects. I'm one aspect of God. Do you not see you are one aspect of God as well? We are as if we are on a beach and each of us are grains of sand. Together we formulate one beach, do we not? Life's a beach. Life's a beach. Play in the water, enjoy the sunlight, feel the warmth of the sand beneath your feet and against your legs, and allow it to caress you like a blanket when you sit upon it. Allow this metaphor to be your life. Everything that you do now is for you. Everything that you experience now is for your benefit. Everything you do now is for the benefit of all humankind. You were diamonds in the rough before, yea, some of you were coal. You aren't coming back, not to this world, not yet, if you were coal. You'll be dropping off like flies if you were coal before. But if you're listening to this message, that's not you. Probably it's people you knew that were around you. That is not to say that people who passed before you recently were coal. No, not at all. Some of them just decided to go forward faster to the 7th and now the 9th dimension. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. A lot of you have lost mothers, and yet your mother's love remains true and real. Yea, a lot of you have lost your fathers, and yet their love remains steadfast and true blue with you forever. The foundation that your parents gave you, even if they are no longer in this world with you, that remains. And their love is still steady streaming, pouring down towards you. It is touching you in your forehead in ever the tenderest of ways. Don't worry. All of your loved ones who have passed before you still remain, but now in all their glory, in their spirit form, in their soul, and they have become as suns, like the sun you see in your sky. And they're pouring forth their rose gold love to you every day. Do you not feel it? Do you not feel the warmth on your skin, the touches on your feet or on your arms, the caresses on your forehead late at night when you're trying to slumber? Your loved ones that were near and dear and close to your heart when they were here are still here. You just can't see them always. Don't worry. Love always remains. Albert Einstein said, matter cannot be created nor destroyed, can only transform into something different, can only be changed. But there's one thing that never changes in this world. I am the goddess of love. I know better than all of you that love never changes. Love always remains. At the end of the day, you can lose your material things. Your houses may burn to the ground. You might lose your body. Your hair might fall out because you had an illness. Your shoes crack and break and you need new shoes. Sometimes your jewelry is stolen. Sometimes you lose your coat. Sometimes it goes to somebody who really needed it, much more than you. And that's okay because it really was just you. All your things that went to other people, whether it was given away or sold or stolen or lost and someone found it, all the things you had before, well, it's just going to another aspect of yourself. You never lost anything because you're still you. But at the end of the day, beyond the material world that you have just shook yourself from, the only thing that was ever true and ever real is love. Love is the most important thing. Oh, guys, that's what it says on my husband who died on his grave. Literally the only thing, it has like there's a symbol of the Om, the holy Om, and then it says love is the most important thing, and that's on his headstone. So it's kind of bringing me a couple tears. Okay, back to Goddess Aphrodite. Love is the only thing that can change any situation for the better. Love is the only reason and way and means by getting ahead in this world. Love is the most important thing that you must keep in the forefront of your heart, mind, body, soul. Look at the world with love in your eyes. Feel the world with love in your heart. Walk with pillars of love light coming from each foot, each toe. Touch everything in your world with each finger of love. Imagine sparks of love fly out when you pet that baby cat, when you shake the hand of a little child, when you touch the hard bark of a tree. Imagine the love light coming from your palms and your fingertips. Leave love everywhere you go, because love is the only thing that remains anyway. Now I must go. My love shall remain with you always. Call upon me for all manners of the heart, all manners of love. And remember to be kind to your men folk. And always be kind to your women folk. Be loving and understanding. That's the joy and the love message that I have for you today. I am the goddess Aphrodite, and I am leaving you with my love, but I am never leaving you, my children. Know that I'm as close to you as your own heartbeat, and I live in the back of your heart. I am in the spaces of each individual cell filled with love in your body. And when you feel me caress your cheek with the wind, and you smell the scent of roses on the wind, or orange blossoms, or anything beautiful and filled with love that makes you smile, that is I reminding you that I'm always with you. I love you, my children. I will come back and leave you with more messages in the future. I love you all. Bye for now. Well, that was Goddess Aphrodite channeling a very lovely message for you today. Oh, and I opened my eyes, and here we are at 2:22 a.m. Ecuadorian time. We have not stopped with all of the number. Started this at 1:44, ending it at 2:22. Yet again, more number messages. Well, I don't really know what I can add to that. I think that Goddess Aphrodite spoke for herself. She really came through me, didn't she? Some of the stuff she used from my own subconscious mind. So that's when I would stop and explain to you it was from her, but using my own personal examples. But at the same time, it was meant for all of you, not just for me. I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love channeling days. It's really fun. I like doing it. But I have no idea what tomorrow will bring. Hopefully it'll be a wonderful show again. Always, I try my best to bring you amazing and unique content. Like Goddess Aphrodite, I love you all. Thank you for being my listener. If you ever have any information for me or questions or ideas for future shows, if you have it in your heart to send me love in the form of a donation, my email address is the same as my PayPal. It's metaphysicalsoulspeak@gmail.com. And I want to thank you in advance for contacting me. If you are an author or a light worker or a light warrior or anybody who wants to bring any kind of love and light into this world through this medium, this medium, me being a psychic medium, but also this medium meaning Metaphysical Soul Speak, the podcast, then let me know. Just drop me a line or send me a voice message at anchor.fm/metaphysical. But guys, that's all I got to say about that. So right now we're signing off with peace and joy and love, 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 and the high vibes of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.